Hello YouTube, it's just a quick video to show you a few of the UK legal carry penknives that I've got, all folders, primarily the Spyderco knives, which you're all familiar with. I thought people might be interested in seeing the difference between the Spyderco UKPKs, the Boker Plus 42, the Boker XS, the new Byrd Tern, and some of the more traditional folders that people often have instead of the UKPKs. Just very quickly, just talking you through the knives. These have FRN handles, come in a variety of blade types. This one's fully serrated. I've got one here which is the partial serrated version. This one is the CTS BD1, which is the slightly improved G10 steel that's used in this knife. I think this one is G10 as well. Yeah, that's with the drop leaf blade. This one is G10, and this one's got the leaf blade. Yeah. These are hollow ground. All of the UKPKs are hollow ground, whereas the Byrd Tern has a full fat grind. It's a nice little knife. That one is just under 2¼ inches blade length, and overall just under 6¼ inches. It's quite a decent size blade at the back there. You can see it's about 3mm at the top, and then it tapers around nicely. Quite a useful point there. It's a nice knife. This one is made out of, as you see there, 8CR13 MOV. That's a medium sort of quality Chinese steel that's used in a lot of these knives. Slightly different to the, well, similar on a par to the BD1 and the G10, although I think the BD1 and the G10 has slightly better edge retention. And then we've got the Boker Plus, the Trance 42. This is the UK legal blade in Oz 8, which is a little bit harder than the G10, I believe, but it's still a softish steel. This has the same arrangement as the frame lock version, but this one's a slip joint, so it can be closed like that. I've not loosened this one, so it's not that easy to flick open, but it's a nice substantial blade. It's got the G10 scales, which are very nice, very grippy, jimping on the top, a little bit of jimping on the back of the choil there. You can hold it quite firmly. It's a nice knife, I like that one. Decent pocket clip, can carry it reasonably deeply compared to the UKPK. You can see there, not quite as deep. UKPK is a little bit deeper carrying the clip. Some people have reported some problems with the machining inside the holes, but mine seem okay, so I guess I've just been lucky. Open construction. All the mechanism is inside there. Very nice knife to carry. This, by comparison, has a slightly open back strap. Blade, and the slip joint mechanism is just inside there. It's got a positive stop there, and all the way back. The Tern, by comparison, has the full length back strap. Same clip. Again, same depth of carry as the UKPK. This is G10 handles. So I said the blade is a little bit smaller than the UKPK, but the feel in the hand is very nice. It's not too sharp on the edges, quite round, and it operates on the same slip joint principle, and has the choil jimping and the sort of the grip around the choil, which makes it quite secure for cutting. Sharp little blade, sharp straight out of the box. Torx head construction, so it can be taken apart. I've not taken any of these apart yet. Been wanting to swap around the blades on several of them. This is the only black one I've got, but I'm not sure if we'll go ping. I may have a go when I'm feeling a bit braver, but I thought you might just want to see the difference there. This then is the Boker XS. Not a bad clip, although it does carry a little high in the pocket. Full back strap. It has the dual thumb stud openers, and this one is quite hard to open up. I've not loosened it at all. I've not really played with it. Has some decent jimping on the back of the blade there, and it has the same type of choil cutaway there, which allows you to hold it around the front of the blade, making it less likely to ping open. And this one I think has a much harder spring than the UKPK. If I show you here, that's quite a bit of pressure. You can see how much the backstrap pops up there, whereas on the UKPK, much easier. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Sometimes you want a blade that's going to be easy to open, but that is quite tough. This one has a blade of a cutting edge of 2.5 inches, so UK legal. The blade itself is a little bit longer, so a lot of people grind the tip off just to absolutely make sure there's no confusion for the police. The handle swaps from one side to the other, but only in a tip-up carry. The G10 is very nice, quite grippy. Hasn't got the sculpting in like the Trance 42, but as you can see, the Trance is quite a bit smaller than the XS. The XS overall is 7.25. Trance 42 is 6.5 inches. And you can see the difference in the blade thickness there. I'll bring that up for you. Hopefully you can see that. The XS is 3mm all the way down to where the point starts on the drop point there, whereas the Trance is 2mm. This has much more aggressive jimping. This feels a much lighter knife. This is a heavier knife. It's got to be a couple of ounces heavier than this, I'd say. Again, full backstrap, which probably makes the difference up in weight. This one, reasonably easy to close, whereas the Boker, it requires quite a bit of manipulation. I've not mastered closing it with one hand yet, and I don't want to lose any fingers. Now the other UKPK that a lot of people saw when they first came out is the full backstrap G10 version. G10 nice and grippy, similar to the Boker, but actually very similar to the Tern. The Tern has a slightly more raised pattern, you can see there. But actually this G10 feels a little more grippy than this. Same clip. And this one opens up very nicely. It's a lot more, has a lot stronger lock than the standard UKPK. See if I can show you the difference there without slicing off a finger. Here we go. There, that's the same amount of pressure to swap to make sure I'm not favouring one hand or the other. Again, slightly less pressure required than on the standard UKPK. And the blade steel on this is the CPM S30V, you can see there. It really is quite sharp. Nice to keep an edge. It's a premium steel, which makes the knife a lot more expensive. The same size as the standard UKPK, but side by side, you can see the difference there. Blade about 0.5 mm to 1 mm thicker than the UKPK. Slightly different jimping. Jimping is more similar to the Tern. You can see the difference in the side between the Tern and the UKPK in G10 there. It's a very nice knife. That one is very sharp. I touched it on my finger just the other day and was bleeding for about 2 days straight, so it is very sharp. I've not sharpened it, it came to me like that, second hand. Now, when I'm not carrying one of these, I look at something a bit more traditional. I quite like these Rough Rider knives. They're made in China, but they're very cheap. This was about 12 or 13 pounds from Heine Haynes. It's the gun stock version. Steel is average. Well, it's a nice cheap steel. You see there, it's 440C. I think that's high carbon steel, but it's, you know, nice and sharp, keeps a good edge. They're pretty knives. It's got the bone handles with the inlaid gun stock logo. Nice knife. Brass bolsters, bone handles. This one has 2 blades. Very handy little knife, nice in the hand, very strong lock, even though it's just working on the back spring there. And this is a similar knife, but this one has the 3 blades. Nice Rough Rider knives. If you haven't seen them, I'd recommend you have a look at them. They're nice, you know, sort of gentleman's folders. There's another version in green. Nice, light, cheap knives. Type you wouldn't mind losing if you had to. And if I'm not carrying those, then Victorinox Officer penknife. I know all about the steels on these and how versatile they are. Great knife. Nice in black, and I have its baby brother too. Bought off Blade Forums actually. Very kind gentleman there was clearing out. And this again is another little recent acquisition. This one is a marbles knife, similar sort of quality to the Rough Riders. And this one is called a doctor's knife. It has one long thin blade that's just about 2.5 inches, and then the other blade, which deploys from the same end, is actually a spatula. It's supposed to be for crushing pills, hence the doctor's knife. But it's got nice bone handles, nice lightweight knife, nice and easy to pop in a pocket. And then we've got the from the Chinese marbles and the Rough Riders, we've got the old-fashioned Sheffield basics. This is an old knife I bought second hand. I cleaned up a little bit, but still needs a bit more work. But springs on those not quite so strong, but they make an ideal pocket knife. And then you've got the army type knives, the traditional army issue, which have the small blade. This one's full stainless steel. This one is 1955 issue. Quite a strong back spring there. Has the standard blade and the can opener. Decent hook, no lanyard holes here. There's a decent loop there rather for putting on a lanyard, and of course you've got the screwdriver in there should you need it. Very similar to the version that comes with the marlin spike. This one has the 2 blades, kind of like the can opener there. Main blade on this one is a bit wobbly, seen some action. And the marlin spike, which hasn't been blunted because I'm like to stab myself, but I'm guessing that's just through use. Someone's given it a lot of use before it's come to me. Very nice knives. And the sad fact is that this little thing that I bought off the forums not so long ago, this is illegal. This little Spyderco ladybug. Can't really carry that. Nice serrations on one side only. If you Spyderco put the bevel very much on one side, whereas the other side is plain, but it makes for a very sharp little knife. But it has the back lock, which unfortunately makes it illegal to carry, so I can't carry that one anymore. But I can carry only one of these, or any of my other Swiss Army penknives. Anyway, I thought you'd be interested in seeing the difference between these. Just a comparison there of the XS and the UKPK. Show you the difference in the thickness there, the blades. Hopefully you can see that there. Quite a lot longer, but still UK legal. And then just to show you the difference between the Trance 42, which is the UK legal version, and the this one is exactly the same knife, but this one is older and used, but it's the frame lock version. So this one is not legal to carry, but they are essentially the same knife. This one has the slip joint D10 inside, which you can just hear there, pushes the frame lock out of the way as you close it, whereas this one actually it won't close, so you've got to use the frame lock. But I've been playing with this knife for a while. I bought it accidentally. It was advertised as a Trance 42, but turned out to be just the Trance. And I'm glad I kept it, because it's a lovely frame lock knife, nice and light. I like the G10, very nice. Even though it's not as grippy as the G10 on the UKPK, that's a much more expensive knife. But it's similar to the Tern, but it's a little bit thinner. It's a couple of millimeters thinner than the Tern. Makes it nice to hold in your hand, and I must admit, having bought this second hand, it's been used for gutting pigeons and slicing stuff up. It's got some marks on the blade, the logo's wearing off. OS8 steel, made in Taiwan, but I like it. I do like it. Been mucking about with this one and put some glow in the dark on the in there, but yeah, I get in trouble a lot sat in front of the telly just flicking this. It's a nice knife, but a shame not UK legal carry. So I hope that's video's helped, just to show you a few of the UK legal carry pen knives. Personally, I do like the UKPKs. They're nice to carry. At the moment I'm carrying the Tern quite a bit, purely because I've got it just recently. I like the G10. For the money, you can't go wrong. These are about 26 quid from Heine Haynes. Whereas these are about 42, 43 if you're buying them brand new. Same sort of price as the XS, so that's almost half the price. It's an interesting decision as to what you would go for, and this is a similar price to the Trance 42. Both very nice knives. I think I'm going to have to play with this one a bit more to make it a little bit easy to open. Anyway, I hope that's helped, and just shown some of the alternatives that we have here in the UK. There are lots of others out there that people carry. I know that SOG have just brought out the Sogzilla, which is a slip joint, UK legal slip joint, and I'm guessing that's going to be around about the price of the UKPK, maybe a little more because it is a SOG. I might have to get one of those and when they come out. But I hope that's helped. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed watching the video, please like it, and please subscribe to my channel. There'll be more gear reviews and knife reviews as I acquire more knives. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.